Okay? So we go right into how to make a to-do list, a to-done list. Based off of all of the things, here's what I want you to do. Blank sheet of paper. You have pads. You got white paper in front of you. I want you to write down in the next 7 minutes. I ain't gonna be that long, it's too long. In the next 4 minutes, what you need to do. It could be at home, at work, school. Write it down. In the next 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
Wait, is this collective or
No, individually.
Oh.
Individually. I've never been in a room of people where I didn't give them enough time and they just didn't write down anything. We all are busy. And think about that time frame that I gave you to write down what it is you needed to do. How many of us really take the time to do that?
I can't operate no other way.
Yep.
That's beautiful.
I can't operate no other way.
I have to do.
Beautiful.
Yeah. But really think about that. Because what tends to happen is, think about, so what were you feeling as you started to write that down? And I'm going to capture that. But you said you felt panic, pressure, anxiety, stress,
Relieved.
That's why people don't make
relieved,
More alert.
more alert. Talk to me about that one. What do you mean by that?
Trying to figure out what you're gonna do, when you're gonna do it, who watching, how long time frame you got.
Okay.
And do all that.
All right.
And all of it.
Now think about that. Those, and most, I'm not gonna say all, most of those feelings are feelings we don't necessarily like. So I say again, how often do we write down what we have to do?
I need a wife.
What was that? What was that?
a wife.
I heard it.
I need a wife.
I actually had a picture of
Fixing your plate.
I heard it.
This is my to-do list.
That's not gonna You gonna find out, they gonna ask you.
So, I was actually going to, I had taken several pictures of, y'all don't know this, but I carry around little notepads on purpose. I have one on my phone, you know, the cool thing is to get your notepad out on your phone, and man, I've probably gone through 300 to 500 of these. Because every day, I try really hard to write down what I need to do. Every day. Now, I don't always do it every day. I'll be glad if I can get one on Sunday night that encompasses the course of the week. But every day I try really hard to write down what I need to do. Not to cause anxiety, not to cause fear or panic, but to get it out of my brain. And then the goal is to do something off that list. I didn't say finish it off. I didn't say complete it. I said do something off that list. And I think that right there relieves me of my fear, anxiety, pressure, and worry. Because I'm not trying to complete it. Because guess what? Tomorrow I'm going to put some more on. So really you are running a race that really has technically no end. So then quit trying to finish it and just keep running. Okay? So to create your to-done list is really saying to yourself, it's never really going to get done. I am just creating what I like to call mile markers. And my visual images of running a race. And I had my thing messed up, so I'm going to tell it to you. But when you're at the starting line, you know, everybody's excited. Just, yeah, okay, let's go. Let's get this. I got this. I get this. And the minute they blow the horn, shoot the gun, start the whistle, everybody goes, yeah. And after about that third step, you go, what in the world I got into? How did I get this? Who signed me up? Why? I've even saw people who just take a left and go get them a cup of water and never get back in the race. They start cheering from the sideline. Okay? And so what we do when we run to make it to the end is we create mile markers. let me get to the next water cooler. That's all I'm trying to do. I ain't worried about the end. I'm looking for mile markers. If I can just make it around that corner, I made it. All right? If I can just get to the next hill, I don't want to go up it yet. I just want to get to the next hill. I'll be all right. You know, when I was driving down here, my mile marker was Macon. If I can get to Macon, I'll be fine. That's nothing. Because I said, God, I don't feel like I'm in Tallahassee. Good Lord. First thing I thought, I said, golly. That's okay, let's get to Macon. Got to Macon. Like, oh, okay, if I can get to, let me see, what's that little town? Cordele. Okay, I can get to Cordele. I got to Cordele. I went by Chris County High School because that's a landmark that I'm familiar with. Got down there, so okay, now if I can just get to Tifton. But then I was like, wait in the world, is Tifton? Tifton, where are you? I was starting to look around. I said, I gotta find another mile marker. What's another one? Then this little sign came up and it said something about the Ramada Inn 20 miles away. I was like, okay, make it to that point. So I had to change my mile marker even at that point. I needed to get to Tallahassee, but I couldn't think about getting to Tallahassee when I woke up that morning. Because I would not have made it to Tallahassee. I had to talk myself back into getting back into bed, putting the sheets over me, and doing the things that I needed to do in Atlanta. So when we create mile markers, what we do is we psychologically tell ourselves or help ourselves to get to the next place where we think we're resting, but really it's saying, okay, I made it. I've done it. That's why I have just pages after pages after pages after pages. Some things got check marks by them, some things don't. But it doesn't bother me because I know what I'm doing. So when you think about your to-done list, and they are done, how does that make you feel when things are accomplished?
Great. Oh, great. Relief.
You feel lighter.
Ready?
Yeah. So how about we just create little short victories then? That's what we're doing. Just create little short victories. I did those two things in the first 10 minutes. One of my strategies, and we'll get to share those again with this, is that if I'm in a meeting with somebody, I never walk out of that meeting with them having the only thing to do. I never walk out of that meeting with them having the only things to do. Because, y'all just talked about leading by example. Y'all just talked about being authentic. So if I say, okay, there's some next steps to this, what are they? And they start saying, well, I gotta do this, I gotta call, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I say, well, I'm going to do, I immediately accept some of that responsibility. And here's how I can do that is because if I'm walking out of a meeting and I have 10 minutes, I'm going to do one of those things that I said right then and there. If it's call somebody, if it's send an email, if it's, whatever, I'm going to do it right then and there. I might not complete all of them, I might have 4. And I say, okay, I'm going to do one right now. Because what I find is that we like to procrastinate. And we'll get, imagine all of the meetings that each of us have to be in, and we walk out of with like 2 things that I've got to do from that meeting. And if you've had 4 that day, that's 8 things plus the other 25 that you didn't get a chance to do from yesterday. And then you think about on Wednesday you had 40. So those things start to add up. You're like, man, I don't want nothing else to do. So the key is to, as you create your mile markers, you do them. One of my favorite images that I had was this guy was leaned up against this mile marker. I think it's someone outside of Arizona. He was like this. He was happy he made it to that mile marker.
Okay.
Just, yes. This is the image that we ought to have. I made it. You start doing that, watch people come behind you because they want to make it too. You start doing that, watch how easy it is to create that buzz because people are like, oh, I see some traction.
I think that just means they've been to Key West.
And that may be a mile marker. They're just trying to get there. So when we create those to-do lists, I think the thing is to get it out of our brain, but then it's actually to create the mile markers. And here's how I tend to do that. On a sheet of paper. And I literally write it down. Sometimes that's crazy because all of the technology we have, it comes right there for you. And every 2 weeks, I say, that's my mile marker. What am I gonna get done every 2 weeks? And I just start putting stuff in there. I have papers and all of that stuff. Every 2 weeks are mile markers for me. So after I've written down all that stuff, I start saying, okay, what can I get done in 2 weeks? Your mile marker may be 3 days, 4, mine is 2 weeks. I'm just offering that suggestion or solution to you. So what I want you to do now that you have that to-do list is begin to create your mile markers. And honestly, some of those mile markers may not be the actual to-do list. You might have to do something else leading up to get that done that you didn't even think about. So if I want to get something printed, I might have to call some people to find out what the printing cost is. Okay, you see? So in thinking of mile markers, you actually may think of some other that you come up with. So for the next, and here's where the work is, for the next 7 minutes, because I really want you to think through this, and here's where the discussion can come in. The first 4, I want you to do it in isolation, and then I want you to give it to somebody who you trust at the table. I hope you develop some trust over these last 20 some odd hours. And then let them look at it and say, really, can you get this done? Wow, how? Ask them the how question, my favorite question, how? How you do this? Because really what we're doing now is we're holding each other accountable. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is to look at your to-do list and create mile markers. Whatever time period you want. I gave you the example for me, it's 2 weeks. Everybody gonna run from his bed, I see. Everybody gonna run from his bed. But you create your own mile markers.
I got easy stuff.
And I would encourage you to look at a calendar. Don't just do this blind, arbitrarily. Some of you don't even know what date August the 1st is. You just know it's coming. And I want you to begin to create your mile markers.